Have you ever felt like you're doing so much but somehow not getting the results you hope for? Maybe you've been working hard, trying your best, but no matter what you do, you can't seem to find satisfaction or success. It's frustrating, right? You start to wonder if all the effort is even worth it. Well, here's the truth that might change the way you approach everything you do. Allah doesn't judge you by what you accomplish, but by the intentions behind your actions. In Islam, this simple yet powerful truth is found in a hadith from the Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, who said, "Actions are judged by their intentions, and every person will be rewarded according to what they intended." Sahih Bukhari. This hadith completely transforms how we think about our actions, big or small. It shifts the focus from the outcome to the intention. Whether you're striving for success in your career, studying for your exams, or simply trying to be a better person, the key is in your intention. If you are sincere in your efforts to please Allah, even the simplest task can carry great reward. So how does this hadith change the way you see the world? It teaches you that your efforts matter, not because of the results you see in front of you, but because of the sincerity behind them. Imagine this. You could be going through your daily tasks with the intention to seek Allah's pleasure. When you do this, you elevate the mundane to the level of worship. Whether you're working, studying, or even interacting with others, if your intention is to serve Allah, you're constantly doing acts of worship. This doesn't just change how you act, it changes how you feel about everything you do. This powerful hadith shifts the focus from the pressure of outcomes to the peace and confidence that come from knowing you are aligned with Allah's will. And this shift is a game changer. Instead of worrying about whether your hard work will lead to success, you focus on maintaining a sincere intention in everything you do. You trust that Allah knows your efforts and that He will reward you accordingly, regardless of the visible outcomes. The process of seeking Allah's pleasure becomes its own reward, and that is what brings peace to the heart. As you begin to understand the significance of intention in Islam, you'll see that intention transforms every moment of your life. It isn't just about big acts like praying or fasting. It's also about how you approach the smaller, everyday things you do. If your goal is to please Allah in everything, even your routine tasks can become acts of worship. Think about it. When you wake up in the morning, your intention can be to start the day with gratitude for the life Allah has given you. When you go to work, your intention can be to provide for your family in a way that pleases Allah. When you study, your intention can be to seek knowledge that will benefit you and others, aligning your purpose with Allah's guidance. This shift in perspective changes how we approach our daily actions. No longer is it just about getting through the day or completing tasks for the sake of completing them. Every action becomes an opportunity to seek closeness to Allah. When you act with sincerity and for His sake, you are aligning your life with a higher purpose, and that brings peace and fulfillment. The hadith reminds us that actions are judged by their intentions, which means that the simplest act, if done with the intention of pleasing Allah, can carry more weight in the eyes of Allah than any worldly success. Imagine the freedom this gives you. You don't need to worry about the outcome as much. You no longer need to be consumed by stress, wondering if your efforts will lead to the success you desire. Instead, you focus on doing things with the right intention and leave the results to Allah. This doesn't mean you stop striving for excellence. Rather, you understand that the true value of your efforts lies in your intention. Allah's reward is based on sincerity, and He is the best of planners. When you act with a heart full of sincerity, knowing that the intention behind every action is to please Allah, you release the pressure of needing to see immediate results, and instead, you trust in His perfect timing. The beauty of this teaching is that it frees us from the heavy burden of perfectionism and gives us a new lens through which to view our lives. Your efforts, your struggle, your sincerity, all of these things are seen by Allah, and He rewards you accordingly. When you make intention your focus, your work, your relationships, and your personal growth become acts of worship, and that transforms everything you do into something meaningful and spiritually fulfilling. It's a reminder that, with Allah, the path is just as valuable as the destination, and the journey becomes a beautiful opportunity to grow closer to Him. As you continue to reflect on the power of intention, you'll find that this mindset shifts how you approach life's challenges and setbacks. We all face difficult moments, times when things don't go as planned, when our efforts don't seem to yield the results we hope for, or when we encounter obstacles that make us feel like giving up. But Islam teaches us that the value of our actions isn't determined by the outcomes, but by the sincerity of our intention behind them. When faced with a challenge, rather than feeling disheartened by the outcome, you can find peace in knowing that if your intention was to please Allah, your effort has already been accepted by Him. Even if the result doesn't meet your expectations, Allah knows your struggles and your sincerity, and that in itself is a reward. The Prophet Muhammad, PBUH, said, "If someone does a good deed, Allah will reward him for it, even if it is something as small as a kindness done to an animal." Sahih Bukhari. This hadith teaches us that Allah rewards us for even the smallest of acts when done with the right intention. In difficult times, instead of focusing solely on the results, you can focus on maintaining the right intention, knowing that Allah is with you every step of the way. Whether the outcome is immediate or not, you can find comfort in knowing that your efforts are part of your spiritual journey. Every difficulty you encounter can be a means to purify your heart and grow closer to Allah. When you face a setback, instead of letting frustration take hold, remind yourself that Allah's reward is not always tied to the outcome, but to the sincerity, patience, and trust you show while enduring the struggle. This shift in perspective brings an inner peace that transcends the challenges you face. It teaches you to detach from the pressure of worldly results and instead focus on living a life full of purpose, meaning, and alignment with Allah's will. You no longer measure your success by external achievements, but by your dedication to stay true to your faith, your intention, and your reliance on Allah's plan. As a result, your heart becomes at peace, knowing that in His eyes your efforts are valuable, regardless of how they appear in the worldly realm. The next time you face a difficulty, remember this profound hadith and let it guide your heart. It's not about how things turn out, but about the sincerity and purity of your intentions in seeking Allah's pleasure. With this, you can approach every challenge with confidence, knowing that your efforts are part of a much bigger, divine plan that you can trust completely. The niche of the script revolves around Islamic spiritual guidance, focusing on the importance of intention, Niyyah, and how it shapes one's actions regardless of outcomes. The content is designed to help individuals struggling with life's challenges, doubts, and anxieties by offering practical, faith-based solutions that encourage patience, perseverance, and reliance on Allah. This script is perfect for people interested in Islamic motivation, personal growth, and those seeking ways to live a purposeful life aligned with Islamic principles. It appeals to a wide audience, from those new to the faith to seasoned Muslims, looking for ways to stay grounded, faithful, and focused on spiritual growth amidst the distractions and struggles of life.